judge who lived in the Davenport area until 1922. Actually, I was born in Wales in 1858 and lived in that beautiful country until I was 10 years old. I loved the mountains. I loved crossing a couple of hills to a castle that was just a few hills away from my home. It's ruined, but I'd play knights and king games there with my friends and read until the night started when I was a young child. I always loved that. Now, when I was 10, my parents moved to Howard County on the Minnesota border of Iowa. And much to my astonishment, there were no mountains there at all. There weren't any castles either. But I went to school and I learned and I taught, and I served in the state legislature and I passed the bar exams. I married Minnie Thompson from Leroy, Minnesota, and eventually we settled in 1894 in Davenport. I served in the legislature there. I served as a lawyer. I eventually worked my way up to being a 7th District Court judge. But my goal was to be on the Iowa Supreme Court, which was an elected position. Now, first of all, I had to get myself known. So I joined all the fraternal organizations, the Elks, the Knights of Pythias, the Masons. And then by 1916, I was ready for my campaign. I think I was doing pretty well because the party bosses in Des Moines were dead set against me, writing all sorts of rotten stuff about me in the papers. Fortunately, I had some friends that were writing good things about me in the papers, and things were going quite well by October. Now, on the 26th of that month, I was in Cresco, visiting friends in Howard County, gathering some votes. I took the evening train back to Davenport. When I got home, I was crossing the street to a streetcar so I could go back to my home on Kirkwood Boulevard, when suddenly everything around me began to spin and whirl as if it were flying through the air. Sadly, I realized soon that it was I that was flying through the air. I had been struck by an automobile. I came back to consciousness staring up at a spoked wheel and unable to move, with terrible pain in my right side. In hospital, they told me I had fractured my right hip and broken my leg in several places. I think I was told it was one of the Von Maur boys who struck me in one of his new cars. I'm not sure of this because they used a lot of pain medicine back then and it might have affected my memory. Let's say what I know wouldn't stand up in court. But being in hospital, I wasn't able to campaign anymore, so I lost. I never did make it to the Supreme Court, though I did serve on the District Court for the rest of my life. I never actually got much better from the accident either. I suffered from several strokes, finally dying in November of 1922. People are so lucky to have the medical coverage and abilities that you have nowadays. I've heard that you can take titanium and this Teflon stuff and make a ball socket and give a person a new hip. And you can use pins to tie a leg together and make it knit together perfectly well. How wonderful. That was way in the future in 1920. Well, that's my story. And you have many other people to meet along your walk today, and I do hope you enjoy it. Thank you.